Have you ever stopped to consider why mental health is such a crucial part of our lives? It's fascinating how the mind, an unseen entity, holds such sway over our existence. Mental health, much like physical health, forms the foundation of our well being, yet it often doesn't receive the same level of attention. The World Health Organization estimates that nearly 1 billion worldwide have a mental disorder. Pause for a moment and let that sink in. That's one in every seven people around the globe. Depression, a common mental health issue, is among the leading causes of disability worldwide. The World Health Organization reports that more than 280 million people suffer from depression. It's a staggering number, one that underscores the gravity of mental health issues. With anxiety disorders, around 301 million people globally grapple with some form of anxiety. It's not just the adults either. The World Health Organization estimates that half of all mental health conditions start by 14 years of age, but most cases go undetected and untreated. Suicide, a tragic consequence of untreated mental health conditions, is the second leading cause of death among 15 to 29-year-olds. Every 40 seconds, someone loses their life to suicide. That's a sobering thought, isn't it? The global economy isn't immune to the impact of mental health issues either. Statistics show that the global economy loses $1 trillion every year in productivity due to depression and anxiety. Yet, in spite of these alarming statistics, many people still don't take mental health seriously. The stigma attached to mental health issues often prevents individuals from seeking help. It's a cycle that needs to be broken. Now, reflect on these figures, these facts. They underline the urgency of addressing mental health issues, and more importantly, they highlight the importance of prioritizing our own mental health. Today's guest, counseling psychologist Julius Getonga, elaborates on it.
Yes, hello there. My name is Julius Getonga, a counseling psychologist at the Serenity Place. In Serenity Place, we do treatment and counseling services. Treatment goes to people who are more affected by drugs. It also goes to people who have mental health issues. And counseling goes to all the people, and everybody who needs counseling services, they do come to Serenity. And mostly we also welcome people who are out there and they are into addiction of any drug. They come to Serenity. Today I'll be discussing about a very important topic that is affecting many homes, that is affecting our society, that is affecting our community. And this topic deserves to be given the seriousness it deserves, because many people have been affected by it. Like, for example, if I look at the Kenyan statistics today, it says that 1 person out of 4 people have ever suffered a mental illness. That means that when I discuss the topic of today, it should be taken with a lot of seriousness. The topic is mental health. Mental health is our topic. We can say it includes the way we emotionally take things. It also includes our psychology, our psychological status. It also includes our social well-being. So it is a vast topic that touches on many areas of our lives. It also determines how we feel, how we think, and also it determines even how we make our decisions. It determines how we also relate with people. And when you have a mental health issue, then there is always something wrong in your surrounding, in your work, in your family, and everybody is able to note that. Therefore, when we discuss about mental health, it is a big topic that deserves to be listened, that deserves to be given awareness, and to be also put as a priority in our nation and even in the whole world. If I look at a few examples about mental health, we are talking about personality disorders. We have a few examples. There's personality disorders, we have substance use disorders, we have anxiety disorders, we have even trauma disorders. So these are just a few examples of what mental health entails, but it entails a lot of things, including also psychotic disorders that are there and affecting a lot of families. Without awareness about mental health, You may have a family member or a friend or a workmate or somebody close to you who is suffering the mental health problem. Without awareness of the mental health challenges, you may put aside these people, you may judge them, but once you have the awareness, you can be able to seek the help and help them also seek the help, listen to them, show them some attention, talk about it to them, and you can be able to seek a place for them to have the healing. So mental health is very important today in the life that we are living. It is very important to every member of community. It is very important to the family, to our nation, and even to everybody in this world. For example, if we talk about mental health, it is important and crucial on all the stages of life. It is crucial to childhood stage. It is crucial to those in their youthfulness. It is also very crucial to even adulthood. And we realize it is important because of aspects of life and how it affects your life. For example, I would wish to discuss some of the way it affects your life in general. Mental health affects life in different ways. For example, family way. Those people who have a mental health challenge, they are not able to have a family. They delay in having a family. They delay in even making decision to get married. And those with the challenge, or those in marriage, they also have some disturbances in their marriage. Therefore, it is very important in family because even relating with family members, it becomes an issue when somebody is suffering with a mental health challenge. Another aspect we can talk about here is economically. People going through mental health problem, they suffer from economic challenges. For example, they are not able to work, and when they are able to work, some of them use that money. For example, those who have substance use disorders, they do work hard, but in the evening, they spend all that money they have worked for in alcohol, in bangi, in smoking, in miraa, in mogoka, in other drug choices that they prefer. Therefore, it affects them economically. Some of them, when they use these drugs, they are not able to go to work the following day. They are not productive in their workplace. So it affects them economically. It is also important to touch about spiritually. When somebody has a mental challenge, then spiritually they abandon their spirituality, they abandon their worship, they abandon their relationship with their God or higher power. So you find that it also affects their spiritual life. So another thing is that how mental health patients or people are affected psychologically is about stress. We face stress every day. We have something that is stressing us, but the way you manage your stress says a lot about you. It also goes to some people develop from stress and they go all the way to depression, and that means they need to seek some help. So also some people meet themselves going through issues and circumstances in life that are traumatizing to them, and that affect their psychological well-being. One of it that is very major that I cannot forget to say is about the suicidal thoughts. Suicidal thoughts comes when people feel like there's a block in their mind, or whatever they are going through has no solution. Therefore, they feel the solution is only to take away their lives. And those suicidal thoughts keep on coming. And the more they come into the mind, if there is no intervention or some help, then those people end up even committing suicide. So another major aspect of mental health that we should discuss about is about health. Mental health affects us health-wise, and it affects us in many ways in our health. For example, those people who use those people who have substance use disorders, they are affected health-wise. Every substance that people use, let's say, for example, alcohol, the other one is bangi, the other one is smoking, the other one is maybe miraa, and many other drugs that are there in the street. All those drugs have a certain organ they affect in your body. Majority of those drugs affect the mind, and when they affect the mind, then there comes a problem when you are needed to use your mind to function in a certain way or to deliver a certain result. So some of the drugs also affect different organs of our body. For example, the lungs are affected by those who smoke, the kidneys are also affected. Generally, health-wise, people lose a lot when they are using substances, and that's why you find some of them have to go to a hospital or go to a rehabilitation for there to be some help. We can also say that other people, when it comes to the worst case scenario, they commit even suicide because they are unable to handle what is going on with their health. Some people are even affected, it affects their eating behavior. Some may eat more, some may lack to eat. So it also affects their sleep, it affects their memory, it affects also how they take things, and also the mood disorders is also part of it. So there's many aspects that mental health challenges bring to a person. And the worst case scenario, we say that those who continually use drugs, or those who prolong so much before seeking help when using those who prolong so much before seeking some intervention or help because they are suffering health-wise, they can even commit suicide. That's why sometimes when people commit suicide, it should be investigated well whether they were going through issues that led them to commit suicide. So, and there is also something very important that I should discuss about the psychotic disorder that is in health area. It is a big area. The most that is people are aware is about the schizophrenia condition, the bipolar condition, the psychosis condition. That is the most common that people are aware. And all these conditions affect somebody's health. Therefore, mental health is something that is very important and should be discussed how it affects people health-wise. Another area that is important is the social aspect. So people with a mental health challenge are affected socially. For example, they are affected the way they are dealing with their families, they are affected the way they relate with people around them, the way they also work, because you need to work where you are communicating with people about the services you do or when receiving a certain service. So they are affected a lot. And some people even experience what we call social dysfunction, because they want to withdraw and hide from people because of what they are going through. And at times they feel misunderstood by the people who are close to them. So socially, people are affected by this topic of mental health. So at times when people see these aspects happening to somebody's life, then they come up with an intervention. They ask themselves, how can we help so and so? He is our relative or she is our relative or our friend. How can we be of help? So some people will have an intervention differently. There are those people who will suggest that the family has not been there for this person. Therefore, they will request the family to do what it should be to help their relative. Others, like friends, will come together and try to seek their friend who is lost into a challenge that is mentally related. So, and also there are some people who also create an intervention culturally, meaning there are people who say that a certain person is going through mental health because they have a problem from where they come from. Maybe they have not performed a certain duty that is culturally oriented. So they try to seek all solutions to try and help this person. And others also seek spiritual intervention, and they try to look for a spiritual person, for example, a pastor, for example, even a bishop or any other person who is a spiritual leader, to try and bring an intervention to this person going through mental health. All those formulas are okay, but the most important one is going to hospital to see a doctor, or even going to a rehabilitation center which offers treatment and also counseling, because after treatment, they also need to go through counseling programs that will help them come out of the problems that they are suffering from.
So, you who is watching, what then can you do? Well, start by acknowledging the importance of mental health, understand that it's okay to seek help, encourage open conversations about mental health, Normalize these discussions in your circles. Remember, every step, however small, counts. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to check in with yourself or reaching out to a friend who's been feeling low. Do not underestimate the power of empathy, of understanding. It can make a world of difference to someone struggling with mental health issues. And if you're struggling, do not hesitate to seek help. There's no shame in taking care of your mental health. So prioritize your mental health because you matter. Your mental health matters. Let's make mental health a priority, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. Madam Miriam,
Yes.
what's your parting shot?
Okay. I wish to tell people out there that we stop stigmatizing people having mental illness. Let's stop stigma. Let's promote mental health because it matters. Let's be friendly. Let's let's create a space for people who are having issues. Thank you.
I've been your host, Mutugi Getonga. Thank you for watching.